Hi, everyone, and welcome to Cultivating Culture, hosted by the Missouri Department of Mental Health. My name is Carl Honegger, and if you're new to the show, I'll be your companion as we interview various guests to discuss, highlight, promote, and foster a more positive work culture. The show itself highlights efforts undertaken by the Culture Club and ways the department is promoting a positive work culture through various activities in each office. Our hope through each episode is for you to take one or two ideas back to your own office to promote an even stronger work culture. And with that, please feel free to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode. On this episode, Hope Moorhead talks with two guests about appreciation. Through their discussion, they discuss several different aspects of appreciation, including the difference between recognition and appreciation. They also highlight that appreciation can limit burnout and create a sense of belonging in the workplace. Lastly, Hope and her guests mention simple acts that everyone can do to create a greater appreciation environment within their organization. And with that, we hope you enjoy the show.
Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. A quote from Voltaire. I'm Hope Moorhead, Operational Excellence Coordinator for the Missouri Department of Mental Health. With me today, I have Miranda Robinette and Michael McFarlane. We are here to talk about appreciation and its effect on creating a positive work culture. First, let's get to know our guests.
Hi, I'm Miranda Robinette. I'm the Director for the Office of Licensure and Certification, and I'm also the DMH Appreciation Ambassador.
Hi, I'm Michael McFarlane. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Hawthorne Children's Psychiatric Hospital, and I am an Appreciation Committee member.
So, when we think about appreciation, what does that mean to you all?
So I think simply appreciation is it's showing gratitude and recognition. So we don't have to reserve showing our appreciation of others just for completion to or contribution of a major task or project. People should absolutely be recognized for a job well done and when they go above and beyond. But we should also be sure that our colleagues feel appreciated in the routine day-to-day activities. So studies have actually shown that appreciation is one of the proven methods to increase motivation, productivity, and commitment. So really, appreciation to me is a tool and it's also a culture.
You mentioned the difference of recognition and appreciation. Can you elaborate on that a little more?
I think they actually go hand in hand. Appreciation is simply the gratitude, but along with that, recognizing what you appreciate about in someone and recognizing what their contributions have been. If you actually look up a definition of appreciation, it throws in there recognition of positive qualities in something or someone.
And Michael, what does appreciation mean to you?
Before we begin with appreciation, I too would like to chime in on recognition. When I think of recognition, I think of an event or a thing, but something that is representative of your appreciation of either a person or a contribution to a community or agency. I mean, recognition can take the form of a swag bag, with some items in it. We have employee luncheons on an annual basis here at Hawthorne for years of service, 5, 10, 15, 20. I think of those things as recognition events that are sometimes recognition items going in tandem with that. That is not my focus as a facility leader. My focus is appreciation. And I look at appreciation as valuing someone or a group of people for who they are, not their tasks and not what they do for your organization or your agency, but simply for who they are and the fact that they show up every day to do the work.
I love that you say that. I'm sorry to cut you off, but showing up for work, that is something to be thankful for because people they can choose to work anywhere. And it doesn't have to be going above and beyond that we're appreciative of. It's like, I appreciate that you are showing up and being a part of the team and showing up and being your true authentic self and valuing that in someone. So I'm really happy to hear you say that.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, you could have called off this morning, right?
Yep.
Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't have much of a filter, but just enough of a filter to not get in trouble at work. But I'm pretty transparent and above board. The fact of the matter is, there are a lot of mornings that I don't feel like getting out of bed this morning, but I enjoy what I do. So, though my body is like, oh, just use some sick leave self, it's like, why would I do that? When I get to where I'm going, I enjoy being there. It's just the getting there that I got to push through.
And so, along those lines, why do you think appreciation is important in our work culture? Like, how does it help make it positive and improve it?
Because if you take care of your people, or to use Office of Administration terminology, team members, your team members will take care of your business, whatever that business is, whether you work in a regional office or a facility or some type of administrative function, whether you work on the DBH side of the house or the DD side of the house. If you, and I'm talking about non-direct care staff as well. We see it very plainly with people with direct care responsibilities of consumers, because if they burn out and start calling off or start abusing FMLA, then we can't do 24/7 operations either in the facilities or in the communities. I'm actually thinking about the group homes and the communities on the DD side. But it's equally as important for people on the support side of the house to take care of them, because they allow us to fulfill our mission, vision, and values and organizational objectives.
Would second that. And it goes back to that value in the person. They are really what helps us be successful in our mission, vision, and values. And appreciation, it also it plays a major role in creating that positive work environment by fostering a sense of belonging in the workplace. One of the 5 pillars of the sense of belonging is recognition, which again goes hand in hand with appreciation. So when we model that culture of appreciation, that lends to creating a sense of belonging, and we're paving a way for the individuals to foster positive working relationships in the workplace. And with those positive working relationships, we're going to see greater amount of collaboration, problem solving, and better decision making in general. So that organizational culture of belonging and showing appreciation, it elevates the experience of workers. It's associated with higher levels of engagement, and it promotes retention, which kind of goes back to what Michael was saying about we don't want to burn our people out. Whatever we can do to foster that positive culture to keep the people that we have, we need to do, because there aren't enough bodies to fill the positions that we have open as it is.
And part of appreciation is filling those positions with more than bodies.
Yes.
If I appreciate you, you are actually more likely to be your best self and representation at work. If I don't appreciate you, you could very well be a zero placeholder filling an FTE and not actually performing to the best of your ability. Furthermore, you cannot grow a position, any type of Office of Administration, Division of Personnel position within your organizational structure, without growing the person filling that position.
True. There's a common thing that I've heard over on the DD side when they talk about culture. They talk about the feeling you have Sunday night about coming into work Monday morning. And so if you're not appreciated, then probably those feelings Sunday night are going to be that you don't want to be there, and because you're not part of the team, and appreciation kind of gets you more involved, invests in you, makes you want to be at work. And so how can supervisors and staff show appreciation?
I think that those feelings that you're referring to, aren't those called the Sunday scaries and sometimes the Sunday sads? And Michael, I think that you were getting ready to talk. So if you want to jump in, go ahead.
Yeah, to answer the question about how supervisors and managers can demonstrate and show appreciation by telling the people that they supervise, because I know everyone's having their structured engaged conversations and engaging in supervision on a regular basis, because we're all responsible state employees. Hey, I really liked when you how you handled that situation with that difficult employee, or that event that we spent 4 weeks talking about really came off without a hitch. I can see your project management skills. Say it, put it in an email. Every email that I craft to someone has the words please and thank you in it. When I use please and thank you, doors open because I'm showing respect towards the person. In a knowledge and information economy, particularly when you work in human services like we do, the concept of earning someone's respect is absolutely ridiculous. Respect is something that you give freely, and it's up to the other person or parties to determine whether they're going to abuse that respect. And then if there's abuse, then you respond in kind as you see fit.
So I think you kind of said this without saying it directly. So you're showing appreciation and recognizing efforts, but you're being specific about it. You're not just saying, "Hey, I appreciate that," or "Thank you for doing that." Like you're putting the specifics behind it, which makes it more meaningful and valuable. And like you said, we're all doing our engage meetings and supervision meetings because we are excellent state employees. But we can show that appreciation and gratitude at any point. It doesn't have to be in a formal meeting. I think one of the things that I definitely try to do is often, we'll get feedback from a provider. Like if we've been out doing a survey and they have good things to say about the survey team, like I'm always sure to share that with their direct supervisors and with the surveyors themselves, because like I want them to hear that positive feedback that they're getting from stakeholders. So, when people have something good to say about your colleagues, you should definitely share that so that they can stick that in their my little meat folder, whether it's in their email or just, up in their brain, to know that, hey, people are appreciative of the work that I'm doing and they're recognizing the efforts that I'm putting forth in my day-to-day activities. And it just ties back to it doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Obviously, those are really nice when we can do them. And we should do those from time to time at an organizational level. But in general, it helps to know how people like to be recognized or what makes them feel appreciated. So the Missouri Appreciation website has some really good resources that supervisors can use, such as the team member preference form. You can find that at moappreciation.mo.gov. So that's just moappreciation.mo.gov. There are other resources available on that website regarding rewarding and recognizing team members and how to show appreciation. And I do encourage listeners to check that out because, again, appreciation it isn't top down. It can be peer to peer. You want to see that, throughout the organization at all levels.
I'm glad you mentioned not just supervisory level appreciation, but peer to peer level appreciation. I know within different areas of the department, there are opportunities like virtual appreciation stations or shout out boards where team members can give appreciation on things like, thanks for helping me on a project, or you really handled that client or that provider situation really well. I've also seen at some of the locations they have appreciation stations. So, like physical stations where you can grab a card to give somebody or maybe leave a post, a note of appreciation. I know last year for team member appreciation month in central office, we did a themed appreciation wall where anyone could leave a positive note appreciation for an individual or group. It was just right outside our break room, so an easy, convenient location. And things like these are great ways which you can give appreciation in a non financial way, in a way where anybody can recognize and appreciate anybody, whether a group level or an individual level.
And then I know today for Admin Professionals Day, we actually did an event called Send a Snack, where just for like $1, you could send somebody some cookies or some chips or some beef jerky. And I don't know, Miranda, how you felt as we were passing them around, but I think people like really enjoyed that and like put a smile on a bunch of people's faces.
Yeah, it was an easy way for people to be able to recognize the people that they're working with, whether it was their admin support staff, or just colleagues in general. I think we saw a lot of smiles out of it. And I definitely enjoyed some of the beef jerky along our route of delivering.
And so there's other holidays like Nurses Week, and like we mentioned earlier, June is State Team Member Appreciation Week. So as we're going towards some of these holidays, we can think about what are some ways we can show some extra appreciation for those. So I don't know, Michael or Miranda, do you have any thoughts on some of the upcoming holidays and things you guys are planning?
Cultural Competence Committee in my hospital is planning our second annual Juneteenth celebration outside in the inner courtyard. And what's nice about that, in addition to, so remember, I was saying that recognition can be events, things, or celebrations. The nice thing about that is we also involve the consumers. So there are cornhole stations, and we hang art that has been completed by the consumers in the indoor courtyard. Dietary provides hamburgers, hot dogs, I think potato salad or coleslaw, and then one dessert, but the dessert we vote on every year, although this is only the second year. So yeah, as far as appreciation and recognition related to holidays, that's the one that's foremost on our radar currently.
The thing that's on the radar, I think, for all of us is gearing up for June, the Team Member Appreciation Month, and what we'd be doing statewide throughout DMH at an organizational level, and then seeing what each of the locations are doing.
Yeah, so excited to see what we choose this year. Last year, the theme was around ice cream days. So just the simple fact of we appreciate you, and here is a scoop of ice cream. Or some locations had like ice cream treats that they gave out, and they had like some non-dairy options so that we can be specific and truly show appreciation to everyone. And so, any final thoughts or comments you want to make around appreciation?
Oh,
What
I'm
could
glad that you asked, because there are. You want to appreciate someone, smile, nonverbal, when you're walking past someone in the hallway. It would be nice if you acknowledge them and say, hello, good morning, good afternoon. But even if you don't, just smile. But also say good morning and good afternoon, because I have a pet peeve with people who walk past me in the hallway with blinders on and don't even acknowledge my presence, and then I don't feel appreciated. Say thank you when someone does something that's either really good for the consumers or the agency or personally for you. And do little things like saying happy birthday when it's someone's birthday. So take me, for example. Yesterday was my birthday. People whose name I don't even know, because they either aren't wearing their employee ID badge in the hospital, or when they do, it's always turned around so I can't see what their name is, said happy birthday to me. And the either multiplicative or exponential effect of multiple people saying happy birthday to me made me feel really appreciated at work. And as such, I had a very productive work day. When people don't feel appreciated, your limbic system starts firing and you start thinking, how can I get out of here? Or I'm this close to retirement. How can I white knuckle it and get through this and stay? Neither one of those scenarios is good from a work productivity or workplace culture perspective. And though people will disagree with me, I personally feel culture eats strategy for breakfast. I'm not a very robust strategic planner, making strategic plans, but I have had success at Hawthorne over the past 3 years because I understand workplace culture, because I am intentional and deliberate about understanding employee needs. And I'll leave it at that.
I
I will
really
just second that and say that the creating a warm culture, a culture of kindness with the smiles, the simple gestures can go miles and miles and compete with strategy for organizational success 100%.
Yeah, and I really liked that you pointed out the simple fact of like saying happy birthday to someone on their birthday. Like that is so simple and yet like super effective. And when you don't, I've actually seen it where people forget that it's somebody's birthday And you could really tell that they're like, oh, it's okay. It didn't matter. But it did. It did matter to them because they felt unrecognized. They weren't appreciated. And so I think it's really important that you you find out the birthdays of your team, you put it up, you type it on your calendar even, and that way you have a reminder to say like, I need to wish them a happy birthday. Even if you don't see them, sending them an email of like, happy birthday can be something super simple that can actually make like a difference and make somebody happy. And so I really like that is a super easy, useful tool, as well as, smiling at someone in the hallway.
And Miranda, the opportunity, we always talk about challenges. The opportunity with appreciation and appreciation committees like ours is the recognition, no pun intended, that until people know that you care, they do not care what you know. They don't care about your subject matter expertise if they don't know that you care.
I think you can go ahead and do a mic drop on that and conclude the podcast interview because that kind of wraps it up pretty nicely.
Yeah, thank you all for being here and teaching us some wonderful things about appreciation. I think there are things that we could definitely take away, that appreciation is important, that it helps create a positive work culture, and that there are easy, specific things that you can do to promote a positive work culture through appreciation at your locations.
Hey everyone, this concludes our show. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to learn more about creating a positive work culture. If you like the show, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe feature on your device to learn more about additional shows as they come out in the near future. And please also check out the show notes below for any additional resources discussed in this episode. And with that, please go out and make not only your day great, but someone else's day great as well. Thanks.